Alright guys, I'm going to be testing out this Tool Daily foam cannon that I got off Amazon and see if it performs the same as the more expensive name brand model. You know who I'm talking about. So let's put this thing to the test and see how it does. Now most people spray down their car first regardless of the method they use to wash it. I recommend this as it just helps get off the loose dirt and junk that may be stuck to your paint. The whole idea behind the foam cannon is that you don't have to take a washing mitt or a sponge to your car that will often trap dirt particles and whatnot. And this can cause you to make swirl marks or scratch the paint as you're washing it. Even if you use the 2 bucket method, you can still get stuff trapped in your mitt, and that's just not good. So let me pause this real quick already. You can see my first attempt here, I did not adjust the nozzle on the front. The foam just shot out basically like a jet, like you were spraying a hose. And you want to dial in the black plastic piece, I'll show you here in a minute, up front, and kind of pinch off the stream so that it's a nice fine, not really misty, but a finer spray. Now you're supposed to let the foam sit on the car for about 10 minutes and work its magic, breaking all the dirt particles and stuff up. So in the meantime, I figured I would see how well the soap would do on my wheels, getting off brake dust and road grime and anything else that got stuck on there. I don't think I've washed the car in about 2 weeks prior to this, so quite a bit of brake dust, quite a bit of bugs on the front bumper, dirt on the fenders, everything. As for the foam cannon itself, I'd say it did pretty well. It definitely put down a nice thick foam that really sticks to the car and gives it a lot of good contact time to break all that dirt up. And as I said, I was testing this one versus the name brand unit, if you would say. I'm sure everybody knows I'm talking about the Chemical Guys cannon. I've tried both, I've held both, and I can honestly say that this one is built just as nice, and I mean literally costs a fraction of what the Chemical Guys bottle costs. And I'm not knocking the Chemical Guys bottle, it's just for the price. This one is built just as nice, it's just as heavy duty of a plastic on the bottle part. The nozzle and the top fittings are all brass, just like the more expensive one. I think if you took the decals off both of them and asked someone to guess which one was more expensive or more heavy duty, they'd have a hard time deciding between the two. I also like with the foam cannon that you don't have to get out, your bucket or 2 buckets and sit there on your hands and knees or whatever and scrub the whole car down with a sponge or wash mitt. And by doing that, you don't get any of the dirt particles or rocks or whatever that can get trapped in the sponge, and then you just constantly swirl it around the car into the paint. And anybody who has a darker colored car will know what I'm talking about. You can see the swirls after, however many months of you washing your car, years or whatever. It also took about half the time, I feel, because you don't have to really scrub every part of the car as you would with a sponge. I've never gotten this thing so dirty that I couldn't get everything off with a foam cannon. I can imagine if you had went off-roading or mudding or something and just had massive globs of dirt stuck to your car. I don't know. I don't know how well it would work in that case. I've seen people on YouTube that rinse off their trucks or something afterwards, and it seems like a foam cannon can, if you get enough foam and you get a good soap that is, I guess, designed to be used like that, you can get a lot off. And I've seen people get really clean cars with that versus scrubbing it. But I try not to let mine go more than 2 or 3 weeks before washing it, so I don't really get a ton of stuff. I get all the occasional bugs and stuff splattered on the front. And it seems like the foam cannon will, if it doesn't break them up and actually get them off during the setting process or whatever, as soon as I take the hose to it afterwards, they just fly right up, no pun intended. They just get knocked right off. It's like it broke it up enough to where it was just a glob on there, and as soon as you took the hose to it, they come off. So anyway, if I have any problems with this thing over the next couple times I use it, I will update this video or put something in the comments, and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching.